Hello God, crocheting God, or knitting God. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do today. What I'm going to show you is, I made this granny square right here. And it started from the middle, working your way out, and went out again, and one more time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And what I'm going to make with these is a tank top. And these are going to be the bottom of the tank top like this. And we're going to have another one here, another one here, then 3 more in the back. And I was going to make a tank top that went like this, but I could not figure out the pattern for the life of me. And so I got so many views on that tank top. So people probably learned something from it, but after I was done filming that video, I felt like I didn't understand the pattern, so I just even looked it up. There's no video of it. So I'm outside right now, and we're going to show you how to get started. I am using a Red Heart Super Saver, and there are some Red Heart stuff that is really good, and I like some of it, but some of it can be very not as soft as some, so you have to be very careful on that. And even though it's because different dye lots and different stuff, it's just how they make it and stuff. And I'm using a E hook 3.5, that's 3.5. And you can, depends on how you want yours to look. If you did yours as a slightly bigger hook, you'd probably be able to get away with 2 down here and 2 in the back. But I'm going to do 3. I'm going to put it this way on when we make our tank top. It's going to be down here. That's part of the part, and we're going to connect them together and then crochet up from the bottom up. So we're going to make 4 more, and I can get them done pretty quickly. It's just talking to it can take a little bit there, but we're going to start here. And if you don't like making a magic loop method where you do it and you bring your yarn in, if you know what I'm talking about, if you do, then you may do it that way. But if you don't, you may chain 4 and start from there, and then I'll tell you what to do. So if you got your chain 4 and connected it with a slip stitch, then great. But if you did your loop, that's great too. It's still going to be the same way if you had the chain or not. So we're gonna some people do it's called a turning chain, and I just learned a way not to do a turning chain, and I like this though a lot, but I prefer doing the turning chain because it's a little bit easier than the other way they're showing me. So I'm going to show you what the turning chain is. If you're bothered by the turning chain, because most people can't tell once the pattern's done, then don't worry about it. So we're going to chain 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, put your hook in the middle, bring it through 2, then bring it through 2 more. And do it 1 more time. Yarn over, go through the loop, bring it through 2, bring it through 2. And then you're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Then you're going to do the same thing all over again. 3 in the middle. We're not going to do the chain 3 like we did for our turning chains. No, we're going to yarn over, because the chain 2 is where our corner is. And now we're going to do another cluster of 3 into the middle. 1, there you go, 1 in the middle, 2 in the middle, 3 in the middle. Now we're going to chain 3, chain 2, sorry. Chain 2 again, and then we're going to do a cluster of 3 in the middle again. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. And we see we have our 1 corner, our 2 corner, and we have to do 1 more. So chain 2 again, 1, 2, and go into the middle again. 1, 2, and 3 in the middle. And we have a big section here, and we're just going to pull on our middle to make it smaller, like this. And we have our corner here, our corner here, and our corner here. And we don't corner right here, but I'll show what we do. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to go into the first one up here like this. And I'm going to show you a trick to what I've learned so we don't have to do this a certain way. We're still going to have turning chains, but we're not actually going to turn, just so we're going to go into this top of the turning chain we did, bring it through and do a slip knot, not a slip stitch, sorry, slip knot, that's the ending of the thing, slip knot. It was funny I said that. Anyway, then you're going to do your normal thing into what you just made, those 2 chains, and then you slip into that top of that one. What we're going to do is we're not going to slip stitch all these, then go into this, because some people slip stitch all these and then they go into their corner, because you have to work your first cluster in your corner. What we're going to do is do a half corner and go around, so we don't have to turn this way and then do it, because some people don't like to look at that. They like to keep all their work on one side, then they have an opposite side that's not what you want to show out. And some people are like, why do I have some good on one side, some not? You get my gif on that note. So what we're going to do is not turn our work. We're going to just do half of this, half into this first corner here, and we're going to make 3 into there. We did 1, 2, and then 3 here. Instead of slip stitching all these stitches here, we're just going to chain 1 and go into that corner. And that's the trick to this type of knitting, without having to go and turn our work. And that makes it more so you can't find your end. That's why you'll have to always put a stitch marker at the end, so you know where your end is. Then we're going to chain 1. I think I did that already. Sometimes I do it without even thinking. Chain 1. Then we're going to do our yarn over, go into the corner, and make 3 of our double crochet. 3 double crochets in the corner, because we are doing double crochets at first. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and do 3 more double crochets into the corner, and that will be our first corner done. So I'm on my last double crochet in that corner here, and we got it done. And this is where we're going to do our next row would be a corner again. But then we're gonna chain 1, double crochet into the corner here, 3 of them, double crochet in the corner here. Then you crochet 2 chains. Then we're going to do 3 double crochets in the corner again. And you may hear a lot of other things out here, but that's okay because I'm outside enjoying the nice weather as I'm doing this. Then we're going to do the same thing again. Double chain 2. Why do I keep saying chain 2? I mean chain 1, then you go to your corner. Now we're going to do our double crochet into the corner, 3, double crochet, 2, 3. Now we chain 2. Now we double crochet 3 again into the same corner. My older sister's dogs are just having their glorious time hearing whatever they hear, and they start whining. And then we're going to get back to where we did our half corner, and I'll show you that. So chain 1. Now do your 3 double crochets in that corner. 1, 2, 3 here. And you see how it's not connected? We're going to chain 2 and then do a slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet. 1, 2 chain. Now slip stitch into the top of your first double crochet here. And it should look like all the other corners. Then we're going to do this. So we did row 1, 2, and we're going to do 2 more times. Let me see. Row 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 2 more rows to do here. And we have these side parts. I'll show you that too. It's just like doing the corners, but it'll be half a corner. So it'll be 3 double crochets in the side, then chain 1 and do our 3, chain 2, 3, chain 1, chain 1, you know, and then double crochet 3 into the side, chain 1, double crochet 3 into the corner, chain 2, double crochet 3 into the corner, and that should be our pattern. So what we're going to do here is go into our corner. Our first corner is the one that we just finished, and that's where we're going to start into because it will make our half corner so far. Then we have to connect it like we did before. And there's another thing we can do, which I don't like, but I don't do this because I'm going to do 3 in here instead of doing 2, because normally I'll do a chain and turn and then go into that corner, half of it, and then go around, which I don't like that. So you can still do the same thing, but we're going to do 3 in here instead of 2 with the turning chain. So we lift up our yarn just a little bit like this, then we yarn over, then we go into our first corner, the one we just finished, and do 3 double crochets into it. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes this yarn will split just a little bit, not by much, but just a little. And double crochet 1 more time. That's 3. And so we got it here. And I didn't add anything here because we're going to be doing, normally people will add their 2 here and then turn, so forth. And then it will be a turn. But I like the look of how it shows wrong side to right side. Kind of like when you're knitting, you're in a round, and when you do a round, if you know what knitting is, if you guys are here watching and know both, it's like going in a circle and keep going and going and going instead of flipping back and forth, you know, which I don't prefer flipping back and forth. Now we're going to do chain 1, like I said. Now we're going to do the side, into the side, we're going to do 3 double crochets. That's what we're going to do here. And no different, just 3 into there. Just 3. And I hope my friend watches this and can learn another technique instead of having to flip it all the time. And she can make her baby blankets, you know, with any size hook she wants. But do the same thing, so it won't be as difficult for her. But she's been doing them for an organization and stuff. And I've been wanting to make some more things like outfits and stuff for myself. If you guys have any ideas and stuff, I don't like them to be low cut, but if they're like this, that's fine, but not showing anything, that's okay. Can you send me some ideas and stuff if you guys know of any? Because a lot of them I see are cropped, which I don't like because that's not appropriate for one, and a lot of people like it now these days. And another thing, I don't like being too low because it's kind of inappropriate too for another. And I like to be more modest because I don't need other people looking at me and getting their ideas, you know. And some parents are like, we just got to let them, that's just how they, or we just got to let them, you know. And if you understand, it's like, I don't want people to look at me that way, you know. But if they like me for dressing modestly, then that means they're really, really polite and conservative and nice. But if they look at you and go, "Woo, you look really nice because you're showing too much skin, or have a crop top, or have something too low," then that means they might be not as safe as some people out there. Just an FYI, but if you have any other ones you think of. Now we're in right here, since me gabbing here, we finished our our middle, and we're going to chain 1. Ooh, I smell good food. Sorry about that, guys.